This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's going in the outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taking Anderson! Anderson's up to
Oh my God!
Big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's going to get rolled!
This is very close. These guys are going to want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go!
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my God!
God, what?
Yeah, so we're using the VRS Direct Force Pro this year. We have a wheel adapter right here, so I'm using the rim I used last year. But the motor right here produces a lot of power, a lot of precision, and it helps me, just feel the car more, feel the car a lot quicker. Especially, this week we're at Sonoma. I can feel it, when it hits the curbs. Any little change in the car, the wheel reacts a lot quicker than your typical gear-driven or belt-driven wheel. For example, if you're on oval and the rear tires break loose, force feedback on it corrects a lot quicker than your typical wheels. There's no resistance pretty much as far as being able to make quick corrections on the wheel. So all that, paired with how precise the wheel itself is, it makes it to where it helps you as a driver, to find that extra hundredth or thousandths of a second. So when you're getting a direct drive wheel, especially the VRS wheel, it's heavy duty. It's got good weight to it, it's not a plastic toy. It feels like you can really beat up on it. A lot of people have issues with their plastic gear-driven wheels just kind of breaking after a couple years. This thing just feels like it can go forever. The forces are really strong where if you might have to let go of the wheel if you get into the wall. You can adjust all that with the settings on it and stuff, but the wheel itself doesn't play around. It's got way more strength than you could ever need, and that's what makes it good, that you can adjust that down to whatever the car needs. So initially you'll be able to get the controller box and the motor together, and eventually you will be able to add a rim onto that option. They'll also be including a button plate on it to put on the rim to have all sorts of different buttons and functionality. Also, pedals are coming, so that's a pretty big deal as well. Hasn't been covered too much, but the goal is to also have pedals to go along with the Direct Force Pro. So that's pretty exciting. The wheel feels good. It feels very much like a real world steering wheel. You just kind of feel like what you would imagine the car to feel like. A real steering wheel in a car is very smooth, it's very direct, very quick, and that's what this wheel feels like.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another round of the V8 Supercar America Series right here on SimSpeed. My name is JD Smith, and with me tonight is my partner, Kane Kraft, as we get ready for round 9 of our season. Kane, welcome to the show. How are you this evening?
Good. I am looking forward to an exciting race tonight. This is going to be a unique one. We've got lots of extra drivers this week as drivers are practicing and preparing for the V8 Scops race this weekend. So we're going to see kind of a little bit of an extra challenge to Corey Shepard, who's been dominating this series here this season. So he's going to have a little bit of a challenge today, which is going to be really good for us, the viewer.
Yes, Emilia Romagna, Italy is Imola, and a lot of great drivers in the field tonight. If you are joining us, maybe it's your first time or you've seen us before, you guys have got to know you are in for a treat tonight. A lot of skill out there on the track tonight at this legendary Italian course. Look at the track map on your screen right now to give you just a above view of the layout of the track here at Imola, and we'll take a look at some of the stats on this track. As you see, we have 19 turns in this very, very fun track. It is a fun track for the drivers, but it's also a lot of skill involved getting around here with a lot of speed. A long pit road, as you see with the pit speed tonight, 60 kilometers per hour. And Kane, it's like I said, it's going to be a fun night. We got a lot of big names out there tonight as some of the guys come in and get some laps, some reps preparing for the V8 Scops race. And I'm looking forward to seeing how our starting lineup is going to be once these guys get some quality laps under their belt.
They won't get a chance to get too many shots at the qualifying laps, but they might get 2, maybe 3 good chances at a good qualifying lap. They only get 8 minutes to get it done, so we will watch and see how that goes. Wait and see till some times come in on how they're doing.
Yeah, right now, looking at Bo Albert, as we have the live feed there for you guys underway. That's him in the live time as he's getting prepared to put his time down. I'm sure he would love to get that pole position. We'll see how things pan out as we get some great camera views provided right now on your screen. I am happy to be back. I just want to say real quick, I did miss seeing you guys last week here. I was unable to be here at the broadcast, and I'm so happy to be back this week and to be a part of this with you, Kane. I did miss you, but I was so glad, and I thought you and Jay did a fantastic job, and I just want to say happy to be back this week.
Well, we're glad to have you back. We missed you. So, glad to see you back. Another driver that I just noticed was back, Sebastian Tixier. He had a little trouble last week with his ping and thought he may not come back this week. I'm super glad to see him back. We've got some other drivers. Kenneth Ladders returned again this week. Jackson Harlow won the race yesterday, so he'll be a driver to keep an eye on tonight. Let's check on the qualifying and see how that's going.
Yeah, qualifying underway. Still plenty of time left in tonight's qualifying. Time got a little over 3 minutes left right now. Solson Harlow is your best time with 1:41.5. But there is some very close times. Corey Shepard is the second fastest as we see Bruce Tanek gets sent around and into the barrier there and still going around. And a tough break for him. We'll see if that trend continues with some of the guys out here. We'll see if have some issues with some of these cars and the track tonight. Another good view right here, Matthew Scholes. So some new names out on the track this week, and he said we've got a lot of big talent. It's here tonight. Should be a very, very competitive event, and we are so happy to be bringing it right here on SimSpeed for you guys. And like I said, Kate, it's hard to believe we're already on the 9th round of our 12-week season, as this season is continuing to unfold as we get further and further along here. And we're going to be on here shortly on obviously the latter half of the season, and before we know it, it'll be the latter quarter. So things tighten up as we get near the end of that final week. And you know as well as I do, every point counts, and these guys would love to do everything they can to get up in those high positions here at Imola.
Yeah, they would, but boy, you nailed it when you said this season has just flown by. I can't even believe we're already in the week now. The drop rounds have already started. We're into the last little bit of this season, and it's just went so fast.
Ooh, a little squirrely there, Kate. He's doing some drifting for us here on the camera.
That's Hayden Veld, and he's definitely a talented driver. He's definitely showing up for us some of that drifting talent.
Yeah, it takes some skill. Let's take a look at our starting grid tonight. Let's look at our pole sitter. It is going to be Jackson Solson Harlow and Corey Shepard on row 1. On row 2, it's going to be Jack Boyd and Tom Freer. On the 3rd row, it'll be Kenneth Latter and Bo Albert. As we move back into the 4th row, it's going to be Rick Kuznetsov and Hayden Veld. In the 5th row, it is Brian Borg and Kyle Stokes. In the 6th row tonight, it's going to be Jacob Knight and James Chastano. As we move back to row 7, we're looking at Sebastian Tixier and Rian Leonage. In row 8, it is Logan Barnett and Vincent Skilbeck. In the 9th row, it is Matthew Scholes and Brad Newman. In the 10th row, we have Bruce Tanek and Wade Sheely. As we continue to move on back in the field, we have row 11 with Roy Clark and Andrew Ritchie. In row 12, it is Miro Rotsky and Tyson McEvoy. I think I said McEvoy. There we go. McEvoy, I bet is how we say that. All right, guys, you see it on your screen right now. We are looking at a pit window, a massive pit window tonight between laps 5 and 20. However, look for around lap 15 to be the big popular time as we look for most of the guys to follow a pattern tonight into pit road. But as you know, things can always change under live race conditions. We're going to be going 76.3 miles or 122.8 kilometers. So that is our 25-lap race. As we get the guys ready to get gridded up here and we get ready for the lights to get lit up, Kane, we're about to get underway at a remarkable track and one of Italy's home ground tracks. I love this place. It is fun. And I'm excited to see some good racing, maybe even a little banging and bumping out there.
Yeah, this track is incredibly suited for the V Supercar. Something I never would have thought before it was introduced to iRacing, but the V Supercars do amazing here.
Incredible camera footage put on there by, of course, Jay Kennedy. He's going to be producing and putting on this amazing pictures on your screen. And it is just a gorgeous time in the simulator right now. As you see, it looks like it's just about the perfect setting for a race. And that is exactly what we are about to do. We're waiting for all the guys to get gridded up here, and we're getting ready to get things popping in just a few moments. And so it won't be long. We'll be hearing those engines rev, and the guys will be getting ready to rock and roll.
It's got to be any second now.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kane. I keep waiting to hear. I think we got, one driver remaining is all we're waiting on.
Oop, I just seen somebody pop up back there. There
I
we go.
hear some revs. And it's that time, guys. Lights get ready to light up. Let's get ready for some racing. Week 9 action right here at Imola. We are underway. Already a car off into the wall back there. Let's make sure everybody gets through. And let's find out, was that Jacob Knight who I saw? I'm trying to see exactly who that was that I saw. I think it was Jacob Knight. And it looks like everybody else is able to get through okay. And right now up at the front, I always like to let you know what is happening up at the front. It is Jackson Solson Harlow in the lead. Right behind him, though, is Corey Shepard in the Mr. Antenna Mustang. Right behind him is Tom Freer and Kenneth Latter. And then in your fifth spot, it is Rick Kuznetsov. Boy, lots of speed, fast in this one tonight, Kane, as the guys do get kind of settled in here. We're going to have some great racing early in this one, so let's keep our eyes open and watch some of this action unfold. Already fantastic battle. There's one for the lead going on right now as Corey Shepard looks to make his move around Solson Harlow. And that is unfolding right now under really any minute now. It looks like Corey Shepard trying to make his move early in this one. He is literally right on the bumper, ready to make it pass. Let's see if we can find an opportunity to find a little daylight here.
This is where it gets a little challenging for the Australian guys to be bumper to bumper like that. They are racing it on an American server, which causes a little bit of delay, so they got to be real careful getting that close to each other.
So far, no problem, though, for our front two drivers. We hope this continues. I love this battle. It is going to continue. Here we're going to see him go now. He's going to try to go upside him. He does have the pace, but he's trying the outside. I don't think that's going to work. He's going to have to try to find the inside line or carry a little more pace than that. He had good pace, just not able to do it, looking for the outside pass. He's going to have to sit back and try again. And with something, he got on the brakes a little hard, so Jackson Solson Harlow able to get a little bit of pace back and get a little bit of breathing room. Doesn't have the Mr. Antenna Mustang breathing down that rear view mirror like he had just a second ago. So that is our front drive for the lead. And then back here in third, we have Tom Freer, who has got a battle going on with Kenneth Latter. And then another battle behind them with Bo Albert working on Rick Kuznetsov right now. So tons of action. This is just in the top 5. It's really throughout the entire field right now, guys.
On screen, we just see Jack Boyd getting around Kyle Stokes. Oh, some contact there. Jack Boyd off into the gravel trap.
Boy, tough break. Let's take another look at that if we get a chance and check out. That's Hayden.
Oh, that
Bell.
was Hayden Bell. Not bad.
No worries. So many cars, so fast, easy to do. Let's look at the VRS replay and see exactly what happened to Veld. And you see side-by-side racing right there, door-to-door action. And the light contact made, not enough to make it happen there. Oh, got back into the quarter panel just barely, but you see just how easy it was, just enough to get him loose and send him around. Tough break there for Hayden Bell as we take us back live. Oh, and a slowdown penalty for Bo Albert, and that is a very tough break for Bo Albert.
Wow, that was costly.
Very costly. He does have, on a positive note, there is a lot of racing left in this one. I know it's never fun to see yourself go back that far early, but like I said, there is a lot of racing left in this one. Anything can happen. Boy, great run up here at the front. These guys are running tremendously early in this one, and really enjoying watching the top 5. At the moment, you see Corey Shepard. He's trying to get back up there and work on your leader. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do it for a moment there. I think that just that little bit of breathing room that our leader needed, he's taken that and really run with it.
Yeah, Corey Shepard is still in that draft. And that draft, especially on these long straights, is just monumentous, and that could definitely catch him up in a second. But
oh man, and there's another slowdown penalty on track we're hearing, Kane, and we're going to take a look at the VRS replay and take a peek. It was Kenneth Ladder just had a slowdown penalty, and that is unfortunate for the Simrigs Mustang. That'll do it.
yeah, that one wasn't even questionable. He definitely got off track.
Oh man, Kane, and now we're hearing Brian Board has got a slowdown penalty. And you see it right there. Wow. So slowdown penalties starting to become a story out here on the track early in this one. Hopefully it's not something we continue to see, but it is becoming quite obvious that there is some slowdown troubles going on throughout the field.
Yeah, it seemed to be a little less costly for Brian Borg as it was for Bo Albert. Oh, all the way back into 12th place from his slowdown penalty.
Yeah, it's a big loss there for Bo, and we'll see if he's able to combat some of the lost position. You see right there, great onboard footage. And you see him try to get around the Boost Mobile Commodore there in front. And once again, some great live footage of Bo right there as he works on getting around and getting some of that lost track position back.
Now, Bo's sitting in the very first ever sim racing house.
What is that, Kane? Tell me what that is.
And the first in Australia sim racing house is something that their team, Altus Esports, has done, but their whole team, or a majority of their team, in this house that they've rented. And that's going to be their job, is full-time sim racing.
That is awesome. That is, I mean, talk about living the dream. That is fantastic.
A new level for sim racing to be your dedicated profession.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of people are starting to see just how viable esports is around the gaming globe in general, not unless just sim racing. Sim racing is really becoming, viable career.
Coming up, Kenneth Ladder and Brian Borg. Looks like Borg just a little bump there to Kenneth Ladder, and then another one just for good measure sends Kenneth into the infield.
Tough break, and Brian Borg working on Kyle Stokes in the JK Signs Commodore. That is the number 9 car, and Brian Borg working on him, and of course right behind him it is James Chastanow in the Emu Ford Mustang, and this is a great three-car battle for position, ultimately fighting, trying to get around Kyle Stokes.
That was Brian Borg, wasn't it, with Kenneth Ladder? Okay.
Yes, that was. It is easy to lose track on the track. You're looking at so much action so fast.
We got several cars, their teammates and whatnot, but their cars looked similar, so I just wanted to make sure.
No worries at all. Right now, Corey Shepard is getting a little bit. He's trying to reel in the leader, Jackson Solson Harlow, and right now the 2 Easy Finance Valvoline Mustang leading the way, and so far so good. He's done well. We had one opportunity where we saw Corey Shepard get side by side. He tried an outside pass, was unsuccessful, but he has remained steady in pace, and he has remained right here with the leader. And these two have kind of broke away from Tom Freer back there in 3rd place. Tom was up there with him a moment ago, but he has fallen back just a little bit. He's still in the picture, but not quite as up there as he was just a few moments ago. In fact, he's got to worry about Rick Kuznetsov in the Racecraft Mustang as the number 6 machine is working on catching. Another great battle on the track right now is the Racecraft Mustang of Sebastian Tixier. And help me say that right, Kate.
That sounds right, yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure I get that one right. He's got Bo Albert in front of him. As we remember, Bo Albert had that massive slowdown just a short time ago, and we're watching Bo come back up through the field. Quite exciting. I know it was not what Bo Albert wanted, but it is fun from a spectator and announcer point of view to watch somebody hunt down some lost track position. He is really doing good putting down what he needs to get back.
We're going to say that the number 2, Corey Shepard, is still within 1 second of the race leader up here at the front of the field. Corey Shepard, our points leader here in the Supercars America Series, doing quite well against these guys coming in to practice for the V8 Scops this weekend. Corey Shepard's representing the America Series quite well here tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's saying, you guys are coming into my series, and I'm not going to let him show him up. He is staying right here, and he is being very competitive. And he shows why he is the V8 America's points leader. He has had a remarkable season, and it just continues right here. Fantastic, all up and down the track here at Imola. It is week 9 of the V8 Americas. We have great onboard footage of Hayden Veld. As you see him right now, he is working hard trying to make this pass stick, and we'll see if he's able to do so. Looking back from Sebastian Tixier, and man, you really get a sense of the speed these guys are carrying, man. They're just flying around this track.
They are super fast. And I was talking about Corey Shepard, how well he takes your off track into the gravel track. He's able to get back on track, but it don't hold, and he nails it head on into the wall.
Big contact. Oh, that is so unfortunate. We just got through talking about it and how great things were going, and then pow, we know how unfortunate it can be. Dare I say it. Commentator curse.
Yeah, he's racing from Singapore, and that's just such difficult things to work with that he's really been struggling at least 2 weeks in a row. But the first week he raced, he really did well. I was really impressed, but he's definitely struggled the last couple of weeks. I feel horrible for Sebastian. But I think he really wants to come in here and do well in the series, and I think he's really struggling with some ping issues.
Right now onboard footage with second place driver Shepard. Corey is hanging right in there. He is in the wheelhouse, looking ahead to your leader, and he's trying to close his gap. I mean, he is working so hard. He's basically running the exact same pace as Jackson Solson Harlow in the United Sim Sports member right there. And, you know, Harlow is your pole sitter. He's held that position. Like I said, we had an amazing battle for the lead early in this one. And you've seen our points leader. You got the race leader and the points leader right here battling first and second. That's probably one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen right there as they come across the curves there with the sun shining.
You know, I was
Absolutely
talking a minute ago about Corey Shepard now. Well, he's representing the America Series here today by, you know, racing with these guys. But he actually qualified on pre-qualified for the V8 Scops Enduro in that #1 spot. So he's really representing quite well.
He's obviously a very talented sim racer, and he's continuing to improve and get better and better. But obviously, he's shown himself to be a very dominant driver in this series. And look at him representing well tonight. And I'm very entertained to see how he's going to finish tonight with this battle up in the front. Also, keep in mind, guys, the pit window has been open for a little time now. We're on lap 9 of 25. So just keep that in mind as we look at the battle for 6th place right now. And it's a great battle between Brian Morgan, the Racecraft Mustang. He's looking ahead, getting around Stokes there. And in the JK Signs Commodore, this is fantastic racing back here. The battle for 6th heating up. And this is just what it's all about. This is a great race all up and down the field. We have great battles still happening on lap 9.
Yeah, there's another great battle for 12th, a great battle for 15th, and a great battle for 17th. And we got battles all through this field tonight.
It's like you just don't know what you're missing when you don't know what you're missing unless you come watch the America Series. It just continues to get better and better each and every week. These drivers putting it all out on the line there, racing their hearts out. And look at this. This battle continues. And we got a great 4-car battle right here. You got just continued racing. Really good racing too, because look at how violently they're attacking these curves, man. Oh, it's awesome. You do that in an open wheel car and you're toast.
On board now with Bo Albert. I don't know why that name was so difficult to come to me, but right there on the screen, Bo Albert. He is in the 9th place. He's chasing down James Chastanoff, who is trying to catch up to that battle between Brian Borg and Kyle Stokes. The more they battle out, the more opportunity that gives to James Chastanoff and Bo Albert to catch those guys. Little contact made. That was Brian Borg getting into Kyle Stokes there just a touch. Sending Kyle almost around. Got him pretty sideways and off the track. Replay up on screen to take a look at that. May not have been contact there. He might have just lost it from the pressure. Take a look there and see. Yeah, he just got a wheel off into the grass and around he goes. And yeah, he is going to be unhappy about that. But Brian Borg is going to be pretty happy about that. Looks like Bo Albert is catching up to Chastanoff there. Right up to the bumper now. And that race is for 7th place. And the way those guys attack those curves is ridiculous. The talent is just unbelievable that these guys can keep these cars under control. Going out to the inside, gonna get that move done on Chastanoff. Made it look easy, and I'm sure it was all but. Albert now up into that 7th place, making a really good comeback from that early slowdown penalty that knocked him clear back into 12th. It seems like we're missing JD, guys. I think he'll hopefully return just as soon as he's able. Not sure what happened to him. Whoa, Bo hit that curb a little hard. It was off camera there, but pit stops have started now. As your leader, Jackson Harlow, into the pits. Replay here from the leader. Shepard was going to come in, looked like he changed his mind as he seen the leader come in. As he's having trouble passing him on track, he's going to hope to do one heck of a lap here and maybe be able to pass him through the pit stop. Many drivers in now. Kenneth Latter, Logan Barnett, Matthew Scholes, Bruce Tannick. Several drivers. Probably half the field or so in for pit stops.
All right, you guys got a copy?
Roger.
Oh, fantastic. So sorry about that, guys. Don't know what just happened. Could not hit you to hear me. I don't know. It finally worked, but interesting. So sorry about that.
So we should see Corey Shepard come into the pits this time around would be my guess. He may give it a couple more laps, but my guess is he'll just one for one. So he missed the leader. Jackson Harlow has pitted. Corey Shepard still out, stayed out again. And he's going to try and get a couple of really fast laps in here without having somebody in front of him. Try to get ahead of Harlow in pit stops.
Fantastic. And the pit stops are going to be very important for you today. We talked about how long pit road is and how you can get trapped and get stuck down pit road, lose a lot of track space.
Yeah, a lot better pit road this week than what the guys had last week. Last week's pit entry was so tough, and the pit exit was just as more difficult as the entry. This week, a nice straight shot in. These guys will be much happier this week. Watching the leader make his way back through traffic.
Yeah, you got Vincent Skillbeck behind you there. Just the car there.
Guess I should say not really the leader, just the effective leader. That was Jackson Harlow we were watching back there. Current leader is still Corey Shepard in that number 2 car. He's not pitted yet. So it's going to be interesting to see how these pit stops play out.
I have to admit, I love the logo on the hood there, the Mr. Antenna logo. I've seen the car over and over again, but I've never really paid attention to the hood logo. That is fantastic there, Corey Shepard, Mr. Antenna, superhero there. Fantastic. Boy, when these pit cycles through, Kane, it's going to be so fun to see where Corey Shepard comes out in the field compared to our pole sitter.
Got a replay coming up. Big lockup into
locked him up
pit
coming
entry.
into pits. Yeah, locked him up coming down pit road. Trying to get that speed off of there. A lot of people don't realize how difficult it can be to get the pit road game in general. Getting to pit road as fast as possible, but not speeding on pit road is very difficult. I don't think a lot of people out there, obviously racers understand it, but just as your general, I don't think they realize the difficulty of getting down pit road and out successfully. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Roy Clark coming into the pits. Shout out to the Roy Clark fans watching on.
Oh no, we got a pit lane and speeding penalty.
Yeah, it sounded like Kuznetsov got himself speeding on pit road penalty.
That is tough, as Kuznetsov's been a top 5 driver from the start of the race.
He had a good race last week too.
Yeah, he's been hanging around that 5th spot in that racecraft car. And now we see onboard footage of Kenneth Latter as you see him looking ahead there to Bo Albert. And this is one run right here between these guys. And right now you see in the Alka holder, Simrig's Mustang working hard trying to get up there to Bo Albert. And Bo Albert holding it down right now. And guys, I don't know if it's picking up on my feed or whatever, but if you do lose me, I do know it is due to weather in the area. It is unfortunately bad weather right now. So hopefully you guys don't lose me again, but if you do, know I will do everything in my power to get back to you, as we are 11 to go in Imola.
So our top 3 positions have not pit. 4th spot is Jackson Harlow. He has pit. So
Wow.
this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it is. I know it's not exactly for position at the moment, but Hayden Veld side by side, and they're going to come into pit exit very close. Hayden Veld and Brian Bork side by side, door to door, still door to door. Veld hits the curbs, and that's going to cause the racecraft machine of Brian Bork to get off track a little. And you see Kyle Stokes, that is who is exiting pit road in the J.K. Signs Commodore. All action happening fast on pit exit right there. A good job from Kyle Stokes to stay out of that action, and that could have been worse for Brian Borg and Veld there. Luckily, everybody is okay, but that was just tight action fast. That happened quick.
I think most cars have pit now. The only cars who haven't is the race leader, Corey Shepard. 2nd place, Tom Freer. 3rd place, Brad Newman. And looks like Vincent Skillbeck back in the 5th position has not yet pit. But everyone else has got their pit stops out of the way. Tom Freer pitting from 2nd.
Yeah, looking at the pit stop indicator on your screen, it looks like, yeah, Corey Shepard, Newman, and Vincent Skillbeck are remaining to come down pit road. And you see Vincent Skillbeck right now. And here comes a car exiting pit road right now. It is a J.K. Signs Commodore. That is Tom Freer. Love those J.K. Signs paints. Those are nice. Each one has a different little color, and I like that. There's great onboard footage right now. Trying to make a pass here. Woo. Boy, you see how much those curves just get those cars up in the air. They get on 2 wheels. Kyle Stokes, as you're on board with him right now. I thank Jay Kennedy for amazing production here tonight on this broadcast. He is putting these awesome camera angles up and overlays on our screen for us, and we just want to thank him for a phenomenal job as he continues to put out top-notch quality here on the V8 Americas broadcast. Also want to thank him for filling in for me last week as Kane did a fantastic job. Look at this 3-car run right here. This is absolutely fun. Also, Corey Shepard headed down pit road. He is in his pit stall right now.
He is exiting.
Yes, it's
Go ahead, Jimmy.
going to be fun to see where he ends up.
He is coming out right with.
Oh, what a great shot. Yeah,
that was the effective race leader there. He is behind him. He lost so much time.
He did.
In those 4 laps.
Yeah,
5
he did.
laps, whatever it was.
He lost quite a bit of time. And 9 laps to go in this, Kane. I don't know if he'll be able to get back up there to give us that dream battle I want to see for the win.
I'm with you. He was doing so good. He kept that whole race up to pit stops less than a second. And now that strategy just hasn't quite paid off. He lost, he didn't lose all that much now that he's up to speed. 1.7 seconds back. So that's possible to gain that back up in 9 laps. For sure.
Oh, it's definitely possible. And this 3-car battle right now with Kyle Stokes, Hayden Veld, and Brian Ford is continuing to tighten up. As we saw Veld earlier getting door to door, he's doing a great job in the middle. He's right in between Veld and Veld is in between Stokes and Brian Ford. That is a continued 3-car battle.
Yeah, that battle is pretty intense. It's been going on ever since that pit stop ended. I guess that was Kyle Stokes that came out right into that battle. Hayden Veld has got such a cool looking car.
Yes, he does. And it's funny because on my actual iRacing, it's just showing up as teal. Or like it's like
a baby blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sent his paint into SimSpeed, and it's been loaded manually by Jay. But he don't have it uploaded to Trading Paint, so that's why we don't see it in the sim.
That would be why. And great footage on screen you see right now. Shepard getting under a second there, up to your race leader, ultimate race leader, Suslin, Harlow, and Kane. He's back.
He is. What a great job.
He is back. I feel bad for even remotely counting out Corey Shepard. And he is here. And we are going to get to see this battle for the win. And I'm telling you, man, remember early in the race, if you joined us later in the race, guys, we had a phenomenal start between both of these gentlemen, starting from the front row. Harlow was your pole sitter. The race got out to a fantastic battle for the lead, and Corey Shepard got side by side. He tried to make an outside pass, had good pace, just couldn't get it to stick. And since then, it's been Harlow. But I tell you what, now that Shepard is back, he is looking very, very racy. And he is on this. He is right here, Kane. We are getting ready for a pass attempt from the Mr. Antenna Mustang, and I am extremely excited as we are 8 laps to go here in week 9 of the V8 America Series, and the Mr. Antenna Mustang going to make a move. Here he goes. He's looking for some room. Can't find it. He's going to tuck back in and try to get all that draft he can through this long stretch here. Let's see if he can do it. He's looking. Can he get the pace? I don't think he's got it there.
He just needed a little DRS or what have you.
Oh, man, to push the pass button just couldn't get pushed hard enough. No, I'm just kidding. Here he's looking. He's going to try. He is letting Harlow know he is here, Kane.
Himself the race.
No, he is really letting him know he is here. And you're right. You got to be careful. You don't want to get too aggressive. There's plenty of time left in this thing. You got 7 laps to make it happen. But he has obviously found some pace, Kane, and he is going to do everything in his power to get this spot. Here he goes.
I just should have never underestimated those 5 laps fresher tires. They are just...
Oh, Kane, here he goes. Looking to the inside. He's going to go pushing hard. Can he make it stick? Once again, he gets left on the outside. He's going to have to pull a crossover move. And stuck out. There's a split tire. We're going to go side by side. Door pedaling, banging, bouncing all the way through here. And Harlow and door to door with Our points leader, and the pass is made. It'll stick. Will he be able to maintain? That is a new leader. The Mr. Antenna Mustang is in the lead. And ladies and gentlemen, Corey Shepard showing why he is the points leader in the V8's America Series. We were banging and grinding. I said it in the pre-race. I was hoping we'd see a little bumping and grinding, and we did right there, as you see a wrinkled Mr. Antenna door as those two were bumping and grinding and racing it out. That is what I like to see. We are still a long way from over, guys. 7 laps to go. Might as well go ahead and start down to 6. And this thing is just getting heated up good.
Yeah, Jackson Harlan, where he gets an E for effort for sure for defending that position just as hard as anyone could possibly defend it. He defended as hard as he could.
Yeah, he was all over the track. We got the replay going live right now. And look, here's where they went side by side. And this is where I thought he might try a crossover move and tuck to the inside. But instead, he showed great patience. And once Harlow got that loose tire, or he had a little bit of wheel spin, that's what Shepard needed. Got side by side. We saw the doors bumping and banging. And Corey Shepard able to seal the deal on the pass. And we got a new race leader, guys. Shepard leads the way. The race far from over, though, as there's tons of action all over the track, and I have a feeling that we're going to see more from this race for the lead. All right, guys, you're looking at a 3-car battle going on right now between Belfort and Chastano, and that is continuing. Wait a minute. There we go. I was reading the names instead of looking at the drivers. That's Stokes, Veld, and Borg. Brian Borg in the Racecraft Mustang. And this is a great 3-car run. Ooh, I got to breathe for a second, Kate.
Brian Borg at the tail end of that pack that we're watching there, he is the teammate for our race leader, Corey Shepard, for the endurance race here this weekend here at Imola in the Gates Cup race.
Fantastic. And I love that curb cam. It just really shows the speed these guys are coming through that little chicane there. And not only that, but you see them wheel hopping, just pow, on 2 wheels. Really slinging the weight of these supercars around. Here they go, coming down the stretch. And with that, with 5 laps to go, as you guys looking from Hayden Veld back to Brian Ford there on your screen. And with 5 laps left in this one, it has been a remarkable run. Brian Borg going to try to make a pass on the outside. I don't know if he's got the room. He's going to have to get in the grass a little bit. Can he make it happen, Kane? He's got to run. Oh no, the back end, great save, but he's going to make contact. Oh no, now both cars off, and that is a huge mistake. Unfortunately, the hard racing ends in tragedy as both cars are going to take big licks. And let's have another look at that. We're going to look at the virtual racing racing school replay. And that was great racing, but unfortunately too much, and we ran out of road as that was intense. Great battle, just unfortunate that it ended that way. And let's find out exactly what happened. Look at how hard on 2 wheels they got, and then went side by side. Brian Borg on the inside, and watch this as they come in. He comes across the hood. That was a mistake. I know, I'm sure he didn't mean to do that, but then they get back together. They had wheels spinning, and obviously when you're carrying that kind of pace, you're kind of along for the ride at that point. And that is exactly what you see right now as both cars are off into the sand. And that is tough, a tough break.
Yeah, Veld made pretty good contact with that wall, so hopefully his damage isn't such that he's not able to finish the race.
Boy, look at the damage there on Suslin Harlow's passenger door there. That is from that bump, side-by-side bump we saw for the lead a moment ago. As you see, this race has been a wonderful evening time race, and the sun's starting to set here in Italy, and it is just gorgeous out on the track. Not only the beauty of the sun and the weather, but the racing. It is really heating up. Look at here, down on the inside, we got a race even back through the field. The racecraft Mustang gonna make the pass. As you see, that's Kuznetsov you're looking at, and Sheedy. So those two obviously both with the racecraft branding there. They are teammates, and I like that a lot. I like the purple and white, but I really like the red and blue. That is awesome. That is. I did not realize that until I just noticed. And oh, look at this, man! We got a great battle between Brian Board as he tries to hold on to 9th place. The Boost Mobile Commodore just coming up fast. Let's see if he can make a pass. He's looking for some daylight.
Yeah, there's a good chance that Brian Borg's got some damage, and Brad Newman looking to capitalize on it. He gets in there, contact, sends Brian Borg around and right into traffic.
How about the job right there to get out of that? That could have been a lot worse for the Sydney, Australia machine. Let's take another look at the VRS replay and see exactly what happened. That happened fast. And you see him get loose, Kane. You see that back end fishtailing a little bit. And then he settles down. Everything looks okay. You see the Boost Mobile machine coming up on the inside. And was there contact there?
Oh, it had to be. It looked like a perfect pit maneuver to me.
It did. And what a job. Look at the avoidance maneuver right there. That was a good job. That was Logan Barnett. It was. Logan Barnett did a fantastic job avoiding this. I think there was minor, no contact. What a job evading that. Give him some bonus or something. That was a phenomenal job of avoiding that. Yeah, Logan Barnett there, and that was a great job of avoiding. It could have been really scary. All right, we're 3 to go, Kane. 3 laps to go. We're letting this one slip away. It's so much action out there on the track that we are 3 laps to go. Corey Shepard is not only your points leader, he is your race leader, and he is starting to break away a little bit. And Kane, he wants this win. He is zeroed in. He's dialed up.
Yeah, man, he is fast. Guys, better watch out this weekend. I think Corey Shepard's going to be the car to be weary of. With Corey Shepard and Brian Borg behind the wheel, yeah, that's going to be a race I got to watch.
That's a pretty deadly 1-2 punch right there. And right now, ooh, boy, Harlow got real wide on exit there. He's wanting this thing. He wants his spot back. I don't blame him. Just good racing. Good racing all the way around. You see it about a second and a half, a little over a second and a half is the gap between first and second place right now with 2 laps to go. Look at the battle for 10th right now with Logan Barnett and Brian Borg. Just over half a second. Here's the gap between those, about 3.5 car lengths. Can Brian Borg get a top 10 finish? He's got a little bit of time left, but not much. He's got to get up there and make a move quickly if he's going to be able to do so.
Yeah, a real tough race this week for Brian Borg, because he has just been sideways and spun around and in the dirt so many times this week, but still fighting for a top 10.
I tell you what, if anybody is good at this broadcast with all the 2-wheel slides you've seen popping off the curb, it has been awesome. I really have enjoyed the racing here tonight, and it is going all the way to the checkered flag, as you see right now on board with Brian Borg as he tries to zero in on that 10th place spot. He has got literally about a lap and a half left, because it is almost the white flag. You know, the white flag will be by next time by. And there it is. The final lap is underway here at Imola, round 9 of the V8 Supercar American Series. And Corey Shepard leads the way. The white flag waving, great footage there. And the Mr. Antenna Mustang has been more than impressive tonight. We actually even counted him out, sad to say. Not even counting him out, but we really didn't give him a chance when he came after that pit stop, Kane. And now look at how well he has done in the second half of this race. Brian Borg trying to get around Logan Barnett. Can he make it happen? He's running out of time, Kane.
Yeah, he is, but still battling for a top 10. Man, that is unbelievable. And right behind him is Hayden Feld, who has also had an entire handful of disaster this weekend, and still right there with Brian Borg battling for, well, I guess he's a full second behind Brian Borg. That's still pretty dang good. But so many of these drivers have battled with disaster this weekend and are still fighting for good finishing spots.
Brian Borg trying to make it happen. He wants this spot so bad. He wants to get around the city of computers. Commodore, can he do it? Don't know if it's going to happen. As Logan Barnett able to hang on, and Corey Shepard should be steering his way on to victory here at Imola, as another impressive performance from Corey Shepard. He'll go on to win Imola, and a really fantastic job. Solson Harlow coming in second, and boy, those two put on quite the show for us tonight. And our final spot on the podium is going to go to Tom Freer, the JK Signs Commodore. Wonderful racing from these guys. Jack Boyd going to come across for it. And our top 5 spot ends up being Bo Albert. So that
great
is our
recovery.
Top 5. Yeah, that was a fantastic recovery. Remember, you're right, Kane, early in the race. Here we see. Oh, he might be able to pull it off, Kane. Brian Borg working hard. Also, you got another one right there that's bailed right behind Borg in the final turn. Let's see how they finish. No change, but still great race all the way to the end from those guys. And we got one more battle to look at, Kane, on the track. And right now that is the battle for 17th. We got Tanik and Lenich, and let's see. Oh no, he's out of gas, Kane. Bruce Tanik out of gas. How insane is that? Oh, that is heartbreaking. Oh, he's going to lose another one. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I thought it was another car for a minute, and I was like, wait a minute. That looks like Chattanooga. All right, let's take a look at our final results here. As, wow, what a big week here in the America Series. Your winner tonight, Corey Shepard. Impressive performance. Also for Jackson Solson Harlow, who finishes second. Final spot on the podium goes to Tom Freer. In fourth tonight, it is Jack Boyd. In fifth, it goes to Bo Albert. Kenneth Latter, sixth. Kyle Stokes, seventh. Eighth place goes to James Chastanoff. Brad Newman, ninth. And Logan Barnett rounds out our top 10. As we move back to 11th, it is Brian Borg. Hayden Veld, 12th. Matthew Scholes, 13th. 14th goes to Rick Kuznetsov. And Jacob Knight, 15th. 16th goes to Wade Sheedy. Rian Lianage in 17th. Vincent Skilbeck, 18th. Bruce Tanik, as you saw, 19th with the loss of fuel there at the end. Andrew Ritchie, 20th. And our final 4 spots go to Miro Rotsky, Roy Clark, Tyson McCovey, and Sebastian Tixier. And that is so sad what happened to Sebastian earlier. He had a great race going at the beginning, and unfortunately, you see it there, race ended early today. What a fantastic race here in round 9. And I am looking so forward to round 10 next week, Kane, when we head off to Canada for Mosport.
Yeah, I love Mosport. Next week's going to be a lot of fun. But, man, how great was it today? I can't wait to watch this one back. What a great race this was.
It was. And looking at Mosport, got some great pictures on screen of Mosport, a legendary, obviously, formerly, or I know it when I knew it, it was Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, but also more famously known as Mosport. I love this track. I love it when NASCAR Truck Series comes there and races, and I think it's going to be impressive for the America Series next week when we go. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you join us next week at Mosport for a intense race. If you guys,
it's going to be great for the Supercars. The Supercars do really well there. Nice tight circuit, and the Supercars do well at Mosport.
Very, very well. It's kind of one of those tracks, kind of like when we look forward to going to Watkins Glen. It always puts on a good show, and it's at a very critical point in the season as we get ready to start rounding out our final 3 races of the season. So Big stuff next week. I want to thank everybody for joining us. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give the video a like, leave us a comment. It always helps not only our broadcast, but the series. These guys that are out there busting tail each and every Friday night on the broadcast for the Americas Series. We've seen the Americas Series grow, and it's our hope that it will continue to do so. It is a wonderful series, as you guys saw tonight. But that is it for me this week. I look forward to seeing everybody next week. Kane, it's been a pleasure, buddy, and we'll be back next week from Mosport. Y'all have a wonderful night. Good night.
This is fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction. He's over in the outside. Both of them. Maloney.
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up to him. Oh my God! Oh, big crash. Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled.
Second very close. These guys I want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
God, what?